I move item number 3214 as per the papers, and I do that. I don't think it's a surprise that I'll be doing this. Anyone that has seen the Regional Roads Fund's audited report will not be surprised at all that we're seeking further information about this slush fund. It's quite a doozy, and it's pretty clear from this report that this program was an absolute mess. I find it particularly galling, having sat on the other side and hearing people on this side at that time yell and shout about transparency and pork barrelling and the Nationals doing this and that, and then you read this report and you see just what a mess this program was. Business cases is not complete despite funding already being approved. Projects did not comply with grant guidelines. These are their own guidelines that they set for this program. Unable to demonstrate projects met investment requirements. This was before an extra $84 million was dumped into this slush fund. No guidelines in place to ensure funding didn't exceed the funding cap. There's a few things from about page 3 or 4 of the report. The further you go into this, the bigger mess you see that it has become. One of the things that particularly puts a burr under my saddle is the tinkering once again by this government of the definition of regional, that they just seem to move around whenever it suits their fancy. Again, the Auditor General reported 4 projects previously funded from the Urban Roads Fund, were changed to Regional Roads Fund projects without documentation of the rationale for the change of funding source. So pilfering money from regional roads to fulfil election commitments in the cities. Does this government have any respect for regional New South Wales? Nope. Literally funding metro projects with funding set aside and guaranteed for regional areas with zero explanation. The Auditor General again. The Bulli bypass investigation and the M1 Princes Motorway entry and exit ramps at Depto are located within the Wollongong metropolitan area. The locations of these projects do not meet the purpose of the Snowy Hydro Legacy Fund. This fund, the Regional Roads Fund, was funded from the Hydro Legacy Fund. This is all despite the Act clearly indicating that the money from the sale had to be spent on regional areas. So they've raided the biscuit tin for metropolitan election commitments. I could go on quite some time about this extensive report, and I encourage people to have a look at this, particularly people that in the past have cried foul over transparency and pork barrelling, as I mentioned before. It's very clear this Regional Roads Fund is covered in spiders. It would be remiss of us, quite neglectful of us, not to look further into this, and hence the call for these papers under SO 52.
Thank you. The Honourable John Graham.
Thank you, Mr. President. We'll have